I want to get into depression. You know, the things
Mhm.
that y'all listed, the things that y'all mentioned, it causes anger, it causes depression. Past trauma causes depression. We've all been depressed, men and women. But since I'm talking to my ladies, I want to ask y'all this. How do you ladies deal with depression? Tiwan. Yeah.
Um,
How do you deal with depression, ma'am?
I'm gonna just tell you this. Depression is it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It can have you up at night. It can have you crying. It can have you tearing stuff up because you're just so frustrated. You just want to get it right and you just don't know how to. Um, I would definitely say that yes, I was depressed. I know how it is. I know how it is you don't want to you scared to tell anyone I'm depressed. I don't feel good about myself. And so you try to find ways to I call it self-medicate. But those things is I did years ago with drinking and things like that. But when it all settled, the problem was still there. So I had to learn. I used to get up every day. Um, like I said, I started like 3 years ago, getting up doing affirmations every morning and praying more and just writing down in my journal, reading more positive books, listening to more positive music, learning how to meditate. And I can say that every day it gets better, but it's a working progress. So if someone tell you, "Oh, you just do this, it's over with," no, you still have to do your walk. You have to do your, I call it shadow walking. You still have to do that, and just keep pushing because that's what I do. And some days I want to give up. Some days I'm like, you know what? It just seems like it doesn't even matter. Especially when you see people that close to you pass or and things like what I'm doing this for, it's not even gonna matter. But that's just the negative thoughts in your head. So I give my negative thoughts names. And I was like, Keisha, not today, not this issue. No, come on, we ain't doing it today. And but that was one of my ways. I had to make it funny for me and not to be so serious on myself with it. So I would definitely do that. And when I do, I'll go outside and water my flowers. I cut up some music. I go shopping. I know I don't need to, but retail therapy is good sometimes. It is. But I definitely try to I like to hear other people doing well, and that gives me a sense of, hope and listen to people say, "Oh, I did this. I got a new house. I just got married. I'm engaged." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it does make you feel, but you have to open your mind. It's called openness. So if you're used to doing things one way and it's not working for you anymore, that's where you need to stop right there and start to give yourself an opportunity to do something new so you can invite something good into you so you can be able to do it and share it because I'll tell people all the time, like, girl, get you a little affirmation. Like, I even write them down some and put it on my mirror. And I get in my car sometimes. I be in the car talking to God like I'm talking to y'all now. I know God be like, "Oh my God, she got something today. What is she talking about?" But I don't care. I don't care because that's my safe haven. That's what makes me smile. And that's when I do that, my day is great. I go on and I'm thankful. I'm just walk, cook, clean, whatever I need to do, call whoever, anybody need to call me, I'm there. So that's how I deal with depression. I really do.
We're gonna move this thing counterclockwise. Dr. Ebony Jackson, on your professional side, on your personal side, however you want to answer this, how do you deal with depression?
So for personal, I can answer to both. Personally, I do the things that I enjoy. Personally, I do the things that I recommend others do. I do the things that I enjoy, like I really enjoy. Whether it's spending time by myself, because I like to spend a lot of time by myself. I'm an introvert, so I like to be alone with my thoughts. But if those thoughts are not taking me to a good place, I don't try to do that. If I find my thoughts aren't taking me to a good place, I'll either try to change my thinking to something more positive or distract myself doing something that I enjoy. The other thing that I do to help, again, I go back to this exercise. Like, really, exercise is therapeutic for me. And this in general is just because it releases those nice little chemicals that helps us feel better in our bodies. Isn't it that helps manage it as well? The other thing that I do is, like, I go back to the yoga and meditation. That helps me feel grounded. That helps me feel better. And if I did all of that, including praying and doing all of that juju, and it ain't working for me, I go talk to my therapist. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to go through it by yourself. When I feel like it's at a point where I can't manage it myself and I'm about to fall to pieces at any moment, then I hurry up and make me an appointment so that I can get myself back together. And so those are the things that I recommend people to people that I see for depression too, is, first thing in the morning, don't lay in bed. Get up out of bed, take a shower, make yourself, when I'm working with women, put your makeup on, do your hair, make yourself cute. Because when you look good, you feel good. And so if you ain't going, if you're not even going anywhere, at the very least, get out of bed, take a shower, get cute. And that's what I'll say, get cute. Even if you ain't going anywhere. Because you'll feel better instantly. You might feel a little bit better just from doing that. Because what do people do when they're depressed? They don't want to get out of bed. They don't take care of themselves. So start doing that again. And, find some kind of activities that you enjoy to get into. And if you need to come talk to me, come talk to me. Because there's no shame in that. I don't think we hadn't talked about it, but it has kind of come up. There's a stigma of seeking mental health services in our community. We don't want to be labeled crazy. We don't want somebody trying to throw stuff, meds or anything like that at us. And so people have an aversion to going to seek mental health services. We try to go to church. At first, churches in Black communities weren't that supportive of that. Oh, you're just going to see the mental. They ain't going to tell you what to, you just need to pray. And the Lord, listen, clinical depression is real. And prayer ain't going to fix it alone. It's just not. God gave us doctors, therapists for a reason. And that's what I say to people. We have these professionals for a reason. Would you say you're going to pray away your diabetes? Are you going to pray away your high blood pressure? No, you're going to take that medicine and you're going to eat right. So same thing with therapy.
Come on now.
Faith without work is dead. Yeah, you gotta do your faith walk with it. You gotta put in your work with it. Also,
exactly right.
Keisha, I'm gonna let you close off this topic.
Oh gosh. So what I do for depression is the first person I call is my therapist when I'm depressed, not just down, not just sad. I can tell a shift in my mood when I am overly emotional, when I am crying because I done watched a commercial on the TV, when my emotions are just all over the place. The first person I call is my therapist because she knows what to say to get me back on track. We have a whole plan. I journal, I compartmentalize. And for me, it's about processing emotion. A lot of times I become depressed when I have a lot on me and I can't process what's happening. I'm not really describing what I'm feeling. I'm just feeling it. Sometimes you're angry. You don't even know why. You can't describe why. So speaking to my therapist, she'll be like, all right, so what is that feeling about? Tell me what that's about. And just having someone to articulate it to, just to get it out. It's so, it relieves such a weight for me. So when I am depressed, I definitely seek out help. And that, again, comes from just being self-aware and being in therapy for many years. But a lot of the things that Dr. Jackson alluded to are my first go-to steps when I'm just down. When I'm down, I get up, I get dressed, I get cute, I come out of that bedroom, I come from upstairs. I can't stay upstairs in my room because I'm an introvert too. That's my happy place. My bedroom is like, so I have to come out of my room. I have to get down here, get in the mix, get downstairs. And then I go outside. So I'll take my girl Lulu, my dog, and we'll walk in the neighborhood. Sometimes we'll walk around the neighborhood. Sometimes I'll take her to the park. But I have to get active. I have to get moving. And it seems like when I'm moving, walking out in nature, especially if I'm by myself, I can think through things a little more clearly. I can process the emotions a little more clearly. So it helps. But I do want to say to anybody who is listening or watching, if you are depressed, if you are sad, if you are crying, if you feel like you're just down and it's not getting any better, I implore you to please go and talk to somebody. There is no shame in checking in to make sure that your mind is healthy. Your mind runs every other function in your body. Okay. And if your thoughts are not good or not clear, and you're feeling just to the point where you're hopeless or helpless, please, you are investing in yourself and your own well-being by going to see a therapist. And just to touch on the Christianity thing, I remember my grandma before she passed away, she found out I was going to a therapist, and my mom had made a little snippy comment one time, and she said, "Girl, don't you know Jesus is a counselor? Jesus was the first counselor. So don't you say nothing to that baby about going to see a counselor. She's doing what she needs to do." So I don't want anybody to feel like it's nothing wrong with having strong faith-based religion. It's nothing wrong with that. But do what you need to do so that you can be okay. Because nobody matters to you more than you.
Amen.
Yeah.